Hello and welcome back to the Wi-Fi with me, Double T, and hey, get off the computer. Get over here.
No, just 5 more minutes, please. I'm so close to getting it perfect. I can feel it in my bones.
We need to talk about Diablo. Get off of it.
Fine. Hey everybody, it's Aros. Had to get pulled off of my Diablo grind.
Mister, I have already 500s.
Yeah, 500s pretty much. It's been a long grinding. But we're back. We've been kind of gone because obviously like Diablo had their new season. I've been spending an excessive amount of time playing the game and enjoying the newest season, which is the Season of Blood. Pretty good.
Vampires.
Yeah, it's
blah, blah, blah.
all vampire themed, right in time for Halloween. Although it doesn't make sense for Christmas, but we'll see.
Well, we're getting a holiday event for that.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty stoked for it. There's going to be some overworld events that essentially are going to be like some little imp guys that dance around like a giant statuesque type wooden creation, and you can defeat them, and you have a chance of spawning Red Hood, I believe is the name of the new seasonal boss that's just kind of randomly spawns around the overworld. So it's not like a boss in the sense of like like Lilith or Varshan or any of those. It's just like a randomly world generated kind of mini boss. It's like a super elite kind of.
Okay.
And he'll drop. We are not 100% sure yet what he's going to drop specifically for like loot table wise. If there's specific uniques he drops, if there's specific materials he's going to drop outside of just probably legendaries, chance at uniques, rares, and possibly he'll be the main thing we're going to have to kill in order to get these special materials or these special like elixirs that we're going to get. That'll give us what seems to be 15% bonus to 2 random potion stats like HP and Lucky Hit or Thorns and Armor. And then also they give us 15% bonus XP, which will be the best way to get XP.
I mean, as long as I get a Santa outfit for my character, I'll be happy.
We might. He does have like a kind of like a red shoulder cape and kind of like a red helm. It's not really like a Santa hat, but they could introduce that. I mean, we'll probably get something in the cosmetic store as well. Makes sense.
With a candy cane weapon?
No, God, please no.
What? It's okay to have funny in your game sometimes.
I mean, it is. I just don't prefer funny. But I'm sure it'll be a cool event. I'm looking forward to it. We're also going to, a week before that event starts, get the new Uber Zur Nightmare Dungeons. Which, pretty stoked for. They're going to be more intense than normal Nightmare Dungeons that we currently have access to. Which means that everyone that essentially has their level 100 character has their perfect build will be really testing their mettle. The assumption right now is that once you get to the higher tiers, there is the possibility that maybe we have better chances at getting Ubers to drop or Uber uniques, or uniques to drop and then Uber uniques, which I would be excited for, but it also kind of defeat the purpose of grinding them in the first place, to defeat the whole Duriel grind. So, unsure what we're getting outside of more glyph XP for the new glyph that we're getting.
Is that the level 200?
Yeah, the level 200 glyph that increases the potency of rare nodes that it can touch, which I've already checked it on the Diablo IV builder. It still only, even with its slightly increased size, it still only hits 2 rare nodes at a time, so it'll be just the 2 rare nodes that you randomly get, which I've been doing some theory crafting on that. But then it also gives you 2% increased damage, and then that obviously scales per level, it seems, for every 5 just random ability points you get. So it'll be the first time so far, at least for Diablo 4, I'm sure they've done this in Diablo 3 and 2, that you're going to be purchasing every single node inside of its radius. Every 5 energy or strength, every 5 intelligence, every 5 dex, and every 5 willpower.
Oh, so that means probably everybody's Paragon board is going to have to change.
Yep. It'll be a big change too, because right now a lot of Paragon boards are 5. Like a lot of people's Paragon board sets are 5, like long, which means we might be going down to 4, depending on like how insane this actually becomes, and if they don't make it a little bit bugged when it comes out, because I'm sure that we might have some issues. But there's going to be a lot of Paragon board changes, which I'm stoked for. Been theory crafting. It's available on the builder, so I've been messing around with it, seeing what I can get away with.
It'd be so funny if it doesn't work the way that you think it's gonna work.
It shows it on the builder, and it reads the way that I think. What I'm concerned about is when they incorporate it, if it kind of happens with, we're like the event right now. So right now we're supposed to have for this, like for a week, we're supposed to have a 35% experience bonus, but it's only 25%. So they miscoded the event, or they misinformed the community on what the bonus was supposed to be. So I'm a little concerned that they're either going to miscode the glyph slightly, and we're going to have to wait like a few days or a week before they patch it, or they've misput the wording out to the community, and it's going to be weaker than what we think. The only downside is it's only available during the Season of Blood. So far, after the Season of Blood, it will disappear, just like all the rest of the seasonal stuff.
I hate that. Especially if you're grinding 200 levels for it.
I'm only going to grind it on my sorcerer. Which, going back to that, so this season alone, I have, with the XP bonus increase, the new bosses like Varshan, Duriel, Beast and Ice and stuff that we can use to grind uniques. I've gotten a Sorcerer to level 100, a Druid to level 100, a Barbarian to level 95 and 96 right now, and then Necromancer to 100. And then I'm now starting some hardcore characters to get them to at least 50 for the achievements.
Yeah, I got a Necromancer to 100. I'm happy. He dies by explosions, but...
You have your Necromancer to 100. That, for some reason, we cannot get your elemental resistances up.
Yeah, it was a fun surprise seeing only 16 resistance.
Yeah, I was a fun surprise for me seeing 16 resistance when my Necromancer has, close to 70 on everything. But speaking of the unique grind, we have gotten relatively lucky. Double T here has got not gotten 1, but 3 uber uniques so far.
Well, they're all the same.
But
I did get them first in our friend group.
Yeah, out of the 4 people in our group, in our clan, he has been the first one to get not 1 but 3 uniques. And what were they?
It just took a week after we did everything to find them.
Yeah, he just had them sitting in his inventory apparently. I guess when we were grinding them, he found out because he's like, oh, these rings rolled like perfect stats. Really weird. And we were like, oh, good for you. Like, we didn't think anything of it. And obviously, it was the Starless Skies unique, which is probably the worst uber unique in terms of, like, it's the least sought after. But it still has, like, a good, like, set of stats and stuff. You just have to find a good build for it, which we haven't really come up with this season. Yeah, not 1, but 3 Ring of Starless Skies, which... pretty freaking impressive. He also got the new horse.
Oh, yeah. I'm the only one in our friend group to have the horse, too. When you sprint, it, like, catches on fire. And it has fire hooves that leave fire on the ground as you run.
So then our other buddy has actually gotten 2 uber uniques. So he comes in second place with 2. And he got the Melted Heart of Selig and the Ring of Starless Skies, which... pretty dang cool. The Melted Heart of Selig actually has been gaining some traction in the community. I've seen a few more videos posted recently about like how good it can be on certain builds, which is really nice. And then I come in last place with only 1 uber unique, but I still technically come in first place because I happen to get, after an extra week of grinding, after these guys had already gotten an uber unique, I have managed to get the Harlequin's Helm, which is the most sought after uber unique. And I'm content. I don't need another one. If I don't get another uber unique for the rest of the season, I'm happy.
Okay, are you gonna stop asking me to grind? And I don't
Oh, no, you're still gonna be grinding.
Ugh.
We still have to get your Barbarian up to level. We have to get you prepped for Uberzer.
I'm in for Duriel. I don't like the Hell Tights. I die.
I mean, to be fair, you haven't really done a whole lot in terms of getting us Duriel runs.
Yeah, that's why you guys were willing to kill me when you found out I had the Uber Unix.
Yeah. I would say that our other friend has gotten us probably 50 to 60 runs on his own. I've gotten us probably another 40 or so, just because I don't have 2 characters like our other buddy does that you can play with. And then Double T here has gotten us maybe 5 runs. Maybe 6, I'll give you 6, but like I really don't think it was that much.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, no, but probably from now on, we'll probably just do Duriel without you. If you're not up, I'll probably just be like, yeah, let's do Duriel real quick, and we'll do it for Sean. Joking, obviously, because we're still going to try to get you a uniques. But no, Lord Zur is our next big event. Outside of that, there hasn't been any new achievements, so I'm just kind of trying to do the catch-up game and get all the ones that are currently available. Double T's working on his second character, which is a barbarian, which I think you've currently got 90, right? Or 80 something?
86.
86. And then you also have a rogue that we need to power level at some point.
Yeah, it's only like level 10, but I bought cosmetics for everything, don't you worry.
So after playing Season 2, I think we both kind of come to the consensus, I would assume, that it's honestly pretty good. Season 0, like the betas in Season 0 were good. They were enjoyable. They built the community more on this new game. Then Season 1 came out, and it was just a legitimate dumpster fire. Like, it was unenjoyable for the majority of the community, if not the entire community. But upon Season 2, the devs releasing info, people kind of, being a little wary, I would say it was worth coming back to Diablo 4.
I'm just worried Season 3, they're going to go back because they sound like people who love the grind.
Yeah, the grind aspect of it versus the other casual players who just want to, get their stuff, make their character overpowered, and then make another character.
You know what? We're not going to get sponsored by them. They sound like douchebags when I see the campfire, I think they call it.
Yeah, the campfire chats.
It's when they talk, it sounds like they're condescending.
Condescending?
Yeah, the community.
Yeah, I definitely feel that vibe when they're doing the campfire chats. But for right now, I'm willing to sit on the fence. And I could go either way because Season 1, Dumpster Fire, Season 2 has been the most fun. Like, it was even better than the betas and Season 0. Like, it is so much fun, and I actually enjoy playing the game again and making multiple characters. Given we still don't have loadouts, we still don't have enough stash tabs. Like, there are basic quality of life issues that they need to improve. But I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're going to try on Season 3 to make it good. I don't think it'll be as good as Season 2. I think Season 2 right now is probably going to be the best season we're ever going to have, at least until they start releasing expansions. But I don't think Season 3 will be as bad as Season 1 was. I think they've learned their lesson, and they understand that genuinely if Season 3 comes out, and when it does, if it's terrible like Season 1, the game will die. And people will not buy Diablo 5.
Oh yeah, if Season 3 is bad, if it takes me a week to get to level 50, I'm just going to be bored because after level 50 is when the game begins.
Oh yeah, that's when you actually start getting your build created. And my current assumption with how they're going to do it is the leveling will stay the same. Like, it took me a week to get my first character to 100, which it's a lot of time because I was playing pretty consistently. But in terms of last season, like, that was like 4 times faster than last season. We didn't even get characters to level 100 in the month we played last season. So I think they'll keep the leveling the same because they understand, like, as a community, we want to get to max level and then just grind the hardest content. Like, that's what our goal is. But I think what they'll do is they'll take the drop rate of like legendaries and stuff and reduce it by a bit. But in exchange, it seems like they're going to give us access to where when we get legendary aspects from gear, instead of taking up our inventory, they'll instead be put into our codex. So they're like, it's like what they did with the gems, where the gems no longer take up inventory, they just go into our materials list. So we have more space to play around with, and it's not quite so hard to be like, oh shoot, which aspect did I need out of this page of like 20 of them?
I will say, legendaries don't feel special this season.
Don't. But uniques feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, 50-50. The fact that we can do like Varshan and Duriel and Grigor and Beast in the Ice and Zur, and guaranteed pretty much always get at least one unique, sometimes two. And then Duriel having a 2% drop rate of Uber uniques, which is the best way to farm Uber uniques, which is not saying much. When you get an Uber unique outside of those, it feels underwhelming because you know it's not going to be good. Because so far I've gotten like a handful of uniques to drop like in dungeons and hell tides and stuff. And every time I've opened them up, they've just been the worst rolls ever. So I'm hoping we'll kind of get some sort of balance there. I don't want more uniques in the overworld. I just want them, when you do get them, to be slightly better rolls or like slightly more useful. But overall, outside of that, I don't have any real complaints about Season 2. I think the cosmetics in the shop have been amazing. A lot of them have been good, and I bought a few. I know you bought a few. Couple, wink wink. The leveling experience has been leagues better. The events that are coming out seem to be inspired by the fact that they want to provide back to the community. Be like, hey, you guys are supporting us this season because we did try our best to improve. Here's rewards. And there's better endgame content.
And they're doing crossovers into other games.
Yeah, so we did get the horse from Wrath of the Lich King. The Lich King's undead steed. I don't think we've gotten anything else that's crossover themed.
I was more talking about Overwatch and Call of Duty.
Oh, Overwatch and Call of Duty getting, like, Butcher skin and Butcher Boss and Lilith skins and stuff. And
which this guy didn't pay $60 for Call of Duty, so he couldn't get the Butcher's...
Cleaver.
No,
it's the Butcher's hook. Butcher's meat hook. But the thing is the Butcher's meat hook is a skin for sickles, which is only available on necromancers. But you can't use the Butcher's cleaver on necromancers because it's an axe, and necromancers can't hold axes. So there's no point in getting the skin, in my personal opinion.
I'm so glad I had a brother who had the game.
Yeah, Mr. Oh yeah, you didn't pay $60, but yeah. I think that's about all I have to say. See you guys next.